Mr. Gersman.
Mr.
Gersman.
Ochoa.
I don't know how this keeps happening, but video game companies keep releasing games that want to take all my money, and I survived Genshin Impact, but I don't know if I'll survive this one.
Really? Wow.
This is World Flipper. And let's just start hot. Let's start with some pulls.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah. No, let's pull.
Also, okay, because this is a new gacha game, and this is a gacha game on mobile. Playing this on iOS. I did not check the opening gifts or like the hey, this game just launched and you signed up. Here's a bunch of gems, so you don't have to buy any. And I accidentally bought some already.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay. All right. Well, that's just more chances for more hot 5-star anime people. So
hot 5-star animes. That's all I'm after. Ever since they closed Suncoast.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is another gacha game.
I went through about 30 pulls before I had even played the game.
Yeah,
but I didn't spend any money. That was just with the currency they give you for like, hey, this game's new.
Yeah, and you were all the better for it than me. Oh no, go get that one. Nah.
What are those? Like here you go, 2 4-star fins in a row. Congratulations. What is that little sequence with the falling ball? Does that? I mean, it feels like that only happens on a 4 or 5-star. What do you?
It's just a tease, like, hey, you might get a 5-star or a 4-star. But hey, we got a 5-star, Clarice, and Folus. They look fun.
Mm-hmm. But it's 3 stars, so like realistically,
never gonna use.
Who cares? Who cares?
Ah, nuts. Oh, there's a dog. Okay.
I got the dog yesterday, I think. Yeah.
But if you're not a fool like me and you properly wait like you, sir. Oh, this one just has a gun. What the hell? A battle.
I mean, when it's a pinball, like you don't. This game is complicated. My feelings on this game are complicated, and also I think this game is a little complicated. Okay.
Did we? Oh wait, is this a dupe already? A 5-star dupe? Oh, Cagliostro.
All right.
Hot.
Oh, only the cutest whittle genius ever.
Okay, I'm gonna delete this game.
Yeah. Okay. We're done.
If you just start the game fresh and like the little bonuses they give you for signing up, you can do about 30 pulls for free.
Yeah.
If you're not a fool like me that spent maybe $7.
And I did 20 pulls, I think so, or I did 30 pulls. I have enough for another 10, and I've gotten 2 5-stars so far. So
yeah, in the one free pull I did, I got an old sword dude that was 5 stars. But you know, we got plenty of gems. Let's do one more set of pulls, and then we'll get into the actual game of this.
Okay.
And you've already alluded to it. This is a pinball game?
It's a pinball-esque game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then it's got, you know, obviously you use those dupes, you feed dupes to uncap your characters and level them up even further, and you know, all the stuff that these games sort of do. I mean, I think the thing to remember is I think this game came out elsewhere in like 2019. So these mechanics have been honed and refined to a very sharp edge, to the point where they know how to make money on this thing.
Yeah, everything has been dialed in. Oh, cool. Never gonna see you again, Karina. Yeah. You can also pull for items. Oh, look at this lady.
All right. I mean, 4 stars. Who cares? Like, throw it in the trash. Like, what?
Connor, we're never gonna speak to you again. I'm gonna feed you to something as soon as possible. You know, we have enough gems. Maybe we'll do another pull at the end of the video.
Sure.
But yeah, it's a pinball game with all of the mobile game gacha trappings. You can see at the top here we have like a stamina bar, and there's a story, and each mission in the story that isn't a like a little story beat like this will take up stamina, so you'll have to wait for that to recharge, or you could buy items to instantly restore your stamina.
I think when you level up, it also gives you all your stamina back as well. So early on, it doesn't even, you don't even think about stamina as a thing until suddenly, you know, the math doesn't work out in your favor anymore, and you're not leveling up as quickly, and you're like, oh, I see what they've done here.
Yeah. The story of this, a bunch, this little fluff ball in the middle got transformed into a fluff ball. They were a prince and a knight. You got transported to this place with these two amnesiacs because, man, a lot of people forget. A lot of anime characters constantly forget who they are.
They're like, I don't even know. Did I used to be in a different form? Or like, who am I?
And something about this, Jeff, that I really enjoy. I always feel bad about skipping cinematics or little story beats, right?
Yeah.
Skip this. We'll just give you a little summary instead.
Oh, wow. So I haven't skipped one yet because I'm like, well, I guess I should see this thing because I want to see what this thing is. But now I'm never going to watch one of these ever again.
Yeah, it's actually neat. And some of them actually contextualize everything pretty well. But let's jump into this battle here. It's going to cost 9 stamina. You roll into these with a squad of 3, and we'll see how that works in a bit once we jump in. But once you get past, I think it's maybe halfway through the first world, they'll unlock the seconds mechanic, which with each main party member, they have a side party member to assist them that winds up affecting their little special bonuses. Like their special attacks will have a different modifier on them.
So you can just take the main character out of your party?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I left him in thinking like, because it auto-created a party that was my 2 5-star pulls and the main character. So I figured like, oh, I guess you must have to have the...
Nah, get that kid out of here.
Elk or whatever the hell his name is.
Alk,
yeah.
I believe. But yeah, so you'll... the leader is the person in front, and then the next 2 slots are just the following characters. Let's try and dip into this, and let's just put our best foot forward here. You're a 5-star, so you're probably going to be useful. I have yet to check out a tier list, and I don't think I will, in fear that I'm going to keep trying to spend money on the game to get the best.
Yeah, that seems like a... Also, I don't know. I mean, I feel this feels like we're both relatively early on in the game, but none of this has felt like it's mattered yet.
I have noticed this old sword dude hits exponentially harder than everyone else, and I have
well, I guess maybe that's why I haven't had to think about it, because I have old sword dude, and his ability with his big weird radius on it really seems to mess people up.
But yeah, the game will auto-generate a party for you as well. I'm not 100% sure what it's taking into account, because here we have the main character, but I think the leader character here is one of our 5 stars. There's a power rating based on your party, of course, but you know, I guess this isn't the most optimal party, but I think I like all these people. So let's start.
Okay.
Oh, it's starting with a boss already. Okay. So this is a pinball game, pretty much.
Yep.
You're building up combos as you are flipping around. You get a little dash. Oh, I'm going to miss it. You get a little dash indicator on your leader there where they're glowing white, and they can kind of dash towards that point.
Yeah, so if you tap the screen again, it'll do that little dash.
And you can interrupt a boss character once they're doing their little thing if you can hit them in time. Oh, we're kind of...
Oh, you're losing players here.
Man. Oh, boy. Maybe I should have just done the thing. There we go. There we go. I got a fever.
And one of your abilities is ready.
Oh, yes. So, is my ability gone now? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening in this game constantly, Jeff.
Yeah.
I think one of my dudes is dead now.
Yep. If you hit that spot where his number, both of your guys are. So if you hit those little coffin spots, 8 times or whatever the number is, that will revive them. They don't seem to revive with full health.
Okay, I think we got one of our. No, we did not get one. Oh, we did.
You did.
And we're dead. This is the first
time. So
like
you'll take damage. Like it seems like if you dash through, because they'll fire bullets and stuff like that, and if that just hits your characters, kind of nakedly, it does full damage. But if you have your dash available, you can kind of dash through it, and it will guard against the attack, and you'll take way less damage. Which that's a mechanic. Also, I guess it's worth noting if you happen to like pinball, you can't flip the flippers individually.
No,
it's like you're a 3-year-old. It's like you're a goddamn 3-year-old. It makes me so. I mean, the game doesn't need individual flipping per se, with the way these tables are laid out and all this other stuff. But it just makes me.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
It's never happened.
It makes me feel. I don't like the feel of this game.
Uh-oh.
Largely in part because of the one tap thing.
Jeff, I think I accidentally wasted some gems.
Yeah, it's a continuing cost gems. Also.
Nuts. Well, for the sake of this quick look, it's okay. But there's actually like a bunch of social stuff going on too. You can follow other users and they can follow you back. Okay, cool. Our stamina's up.
Yeah.
Everyone leveled up. We did very. Oh, you know what? We probably didn't do as well because that one 5-star character is like started at level 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you can. There's a currency or some kind of item that you can juice into a character to force level them up, like that raise level thing there. So
yeah, let's pop into that. Why don't we? Oh, okay. No.
And then there's a whole. It's not a sphere grid, but
it's pretty close. Yeah. So with our sword dad here, let's just raise his level here. The neat thing with this game, they have all these fun little infographics real quick, just to guide you through some of the stuff. But we're not gonna send our sword dad to level up just yet. Let's go back. But the sphere grid mana board is where these green gems, the mana, comes into play, and
along with a bunch of other items that
it's poop ton of other items. Let's just go with the main character. There he is, Alk. So can we zoom out? Oh, we can zoom out. This is the little skill tree thing we got going on.
Yeah.
Where you go to some of these little bips, and to level up Alk, you spend 60. We got a bunch because I bought some.
Plus some of those, whatever those gems are, also.
Yes.
Like 3 of those.
And then from there, we can level him up some more. And this will vary from character to character. For Alk here, it'll buff his attack stuff, depending on which way you want to spec. The little storybooks are little, I believe they're all little story beats. And some of them are locked behind upgrading other people's mana boards.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense that they would have to.
Yeah.
For chapters that are 2 characters
specific
involved, you would need them both, I guess.
And for what it's, I haven't really gone into some of the other characters' mana boards just yet because frankly it's a little overwhelming.
Yeah, and honestly, like I'm not I mean, I haven't unlocked the second character stuff yet, so maybe that'll change things. But like, I haven't had to care about most of my characters. So like I've gone into the 3 characters I'm using, and I've gone into their mana board a little bit, but not even all that much. You've got some dupes there that you could do some uncapping.
Let's uncap them. So yeah, if you roll and you wind up getting some dupe characters, you can uncap them here, feed them to each other. And then now Finn is going to jump in this egg. He's now can go up to level 80, which seems insane to me.
That's a lot. That's a big number. Yeah,
that's a lot of levels. That's a lot of levels, Chef. But let's go back home. You unlock the ability to refight older bosses, and the neat thing, you can have co-op boss battles with friends. If you open this up to friends, you can send them the room code, or you can join someone else's friendly room code. The events are just missions that you can repeatedly do as long as you have enough stamina and kaleidoscope coins or points to to gain more drops and whatnot. Portal, showing that already. The shop. Oh god, Chef. You want to speak about a bunch of items
and a bunch of currencies and a bunch of what's for what's, and I like it took me a long time. Like it turns out you have to go to the portal, I think, to buy beads, and then you can buy stamina with beads, and then there are some things in that shop you can only use paid beads to purchase. You can't use the free beads to purchase. So like there's technically a shadow third currency.
For as much this game is like, I think it's really pretty. It's fun to look at and watch the particles pop off. The missions don't last that long,
right?
But here's the thing, Jeff. Let's just put it on automatic and watch the numbers go.
Okay, now you're talking my language. Yeah, you don't start with this auto, but it does unlock and
fairly quickly.
This can't be optimal, right? I mean, because you're going to aim your shots a little bit better than this thing is, I'm assuming.
So I tried it out a couple missions earlier, and I thought, I was thinking the same thing, that would make sense, that you had to, there's some drawback to having on auto, but the couple of missions I did with auto on, I wound up getting S+ on them. And it was, you know, sometimes when you play a game on automatic, the skills will trigger and you won't, none of it will be optimal. But
right.
We're seeing here that, like, we're almost done with this boss, and we're done with this boss encounter.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah. And
I don't think there's any drawback for putting on auto other than
it
just
didn't look like it.
Go.
Yeah. It's I don't know how I feel. So I love when people take pinball and like warp it in different directions by turning it into RPGs and all this stuff. Like Pinball Quest for the NES, like going all the way back to that. I thought it was just a cool as hell idea. Pokemon Pinball and all the different digital pinballs over the years. So I was like really excited that this thing was finally coming over to the States. But the game part of it is really lacking for me. That's where this kind of falls apart. Is like I could potentially see myself navigating the currencies and items and the different menus, and how long a lot of this stuff takes to load is kind of detrimental too. And some of that I wonder if it's like launch day server stuff. They had like an urgent maintenance last night.
I was getting
the game was just crashing out.
Yeah, I was getting a poop ton of crashes yesterday when the game launched. What would you prefer that this did? Maybe would individual flippers?
Flipper, but like a reason to use those individual flippers is a big part of that, right? So like more complicated areas, maybe with some scrolling in them instead of these kind of single screen arenas. I think that could help. The like tap to dash, swipe to use ability stuff, I think is okay, but I don't know. Like, what if I could just tilt the phone a little bit, or you know, swipe on the phone to kind of nudge them around like you would on a real pinball machine, or something like that, or just I guess I wish like skillful play mattered more.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems like, especially when you get to these boss fights, there's just kind of one big target, and they're either going to have like 1 or 3 different weak points when they start to charge up, and maybe I'm sure later ones have more or less or whatever, but like, it's just kind of been, all right, I just need to shoot the ball up there behind him and then tap the dash button to dash down into him from behind, and that'll miss most of the bullets and get some hits in, and there we go.
Yeah.
And so I tried one of the boss, the multiplayer boss things, and it looks like you can have up to 3 players there.
Yeah.
I opened it up for matching for a long time, and no one ever joined, so I just quit out of that and tried to do one solo. It asks you if you want to do it solo or co-op, and the thing had so much HP that I just couldn't beat this stupid owl. Like, it just took forever, and I was just, you know, you're taking damage almost whether you like it or not, because you don't have complete control over where they go. If your dash is ready, you can dash through that damage and take way less damage. But if you've dashed recently, you know, it hasn't recharged yet, you're going to just start taking all that damage. And so it just, I don't know, those mechanics, it just doesn't feel like you have enough control over what's happening to really play it.
Yeah. Yeah, and so far, like, a lot of these screens, it's just been like 2 waves.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like for some of this to go longer, you know, especially if it's going to take stamina, which, as you go later on in the game, it's going to factor in more.
Yeah, right. And I guess like short encounters make sense for a phone game, because you never know you're going to get to where you're going. You're going to, you know, whatever, you're going to have to pause it to take a call or whatever. But
or just put it in automatic, because
or just put it on automatic, I guess.
I haven't been touching my phone other than start the mission and swipe away a notification this whole time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I wish this was a better video game. I guess I wish this was a better video pinball.
Yeah.
Because I like the idea a lot.
Would have been nice.
Yeah.
Maybe having the individual flippers would add a little bit more skill, and like, it does the thing where it's kind of showing you where you're going to land and everything.
Right. Have you ever lost the ball? Have you ever like not flipped and had it drain? Or
yeah, and all you do is you take damage when it goes down to the spikes past there.
Oh, the spikes. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't think I've ever run into that situation, which for like a pinball thing, like that's you know,
it's pretty important.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
yeah, I would have liked to do like the pull thing. I forget what that's called. The plunger.
Oh, the plunger. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that could have been fun. Yeah, I just think more variety in these areas, and maybe there's more later on, but like they're, you know, it really just so far all these early quests are just like, okay, stage 1. You're going to see that number up in the corner of how many enemies you need to kill before you move on, and then you automatically move on. It's not like a skill shot you have to hit to move on to the next area. It just teleports you up to the next stage, and then there's a boss, and you hit it for a while, and it blows up. And it's, you know, again, this is from the first hour and a half with the game, so like my hope is that it varies it up more, but the larger issue of the controls and just like some of the concepts at work, I don't know that this is going to be for me.
Yeah, in the long run. And like, for instance, like, I'm not quite sure why our member in the rear is taking so much damage, other than they're probably just getting caught in some flack afterwards.
Right.
But you can't.
But it could be lower level, so they could have fewer hit points. Maybe that's why they're getting worked. I don't know.
I also kind of wish we were hearing more pinball sounds.
Sure, yeah.
Kind of seems a little lacking, surprising, just like little pling plongs and stuff.
Yeah, and then you get that fever going, and all those things flip over, and they're all just dash pads that teleport you, that launch you into the boss. And so it's just like another thing of like, I'm not playing. Like, I did this thing and now I'm not playing. Like, there's just not enough going on for me for what I like about pinball just kind of isn't here. And what I like about like pinball RPGs or games that are trying to do cool, weird digital pinball things, like, I just don't feel like there's enough of that here either. But I'll probably keep messing around with it because I just want to see, you know, if there's just more depth to it later on. But seeing you play, you're a little bit ahead of me, and like,
this is just the second world, and it, you know, you could speak to this because you've played the first hour. Not a lot has changed.
No, this looks exactly like the first world.
Yeah,
it's still forests, it's still this sort of stuff. Like it's you know. And it's just got all these different quests that are just get you more beads, and you're like, okay, I guess I can do more pulls, but like I just want more pinball out of this thing. Whereas it feels like all of the, I mean, the auto run is a pretty telling thing, right? In terms of just like, hey, if you don't like this part where it's pinball and you just want to play the gacha game, we got you.
Yeah,
it's like, okay,
yeah, and I mean, you know, like there's an obscene amount of gacha games on mobile right now, and you know, there are some that are actual better games, you know, like I kind of was digging Arc Knights for a little bit until I reached a point where I totally had to spend money, and I didn't want to spend money.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wish there was more, because like we just spent the past 6 minutes just watching the numbers go up, which is fun. But
I mean, literally, I have Cookie Clicker running on my desktop in the background right now. So, like, if you're like talking about numbers going up, like, I'm your guy. But like this, I like pinball more than I like the numbers going up. And so,
Shroombo.
Hey, Shroombo.
That's a cute mushroom. And yeah, I mean, like, you know, it's the same stuff. Like, hey, here's your dailies. Regular missions that are like global, and then general event stuff that'll give you like little rewards and bonuses, but it's I don't know. I also wish there was more of a game, or it was a little bit more challenging.
Right, yeah, or well, yeah, I don't know if I want to do any of these quests a second time, like failing halfway through and being like, all right, I guess I gotta go dash better. Like,
and that being said, once you complete a world, you can enable EX missions, which,
oh man,
you know, the game says they'll be a little bit more difficult. Why don't we just jump into one? Let's just jump into one and just have it play automatically.
Okay.
And see if it's actually any different. And it doesn't seem like it is so far.
Yeah, this is, I mean,
it's par for the course.
Yeah, you're just kind of hitting those slimes.
Yeah, the AI is not doing the best at hitting these slimes. Oh, okay.
Right.
They were building up.
Yeah.
I was wrong. The game does have the option that if you're interested in not having all these numbers pop up, you can disable them. I don't know why you would. Maybe you just want to optimize your battery and just play it auto.
Yeah, well, if you could play it auto, if you could just like start an auto quest and then close your phone and come back and have it be done.
God. Yeah, at that point, there's other idle games that you can just leave running.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I could. If that's what you're looking for, I could make some recommendations for those. But yeah, I don't know. It's a neat idea. I wish that the 3 characters split apart and it was like multi-ball, or just like some pinball stuff. Put some more pinball stuff in this pinball game, and I would probably like it more. But I get that like not everyone's gonna necessarily be into pinball. But I guess at that point, like, there are a million other gacha games that don't make you jump through this hoop of auto-running pinball games. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing there, but cool, you won.
Yeah, I looked away from my phone for a second. I guess we won.
Yeah.
But that's been World Flipper. let's just do one more pull, huh? What about that?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do like the idea of like every world has a world flipper, which is a big flipper that you get in a ball and get launched to another world.
Yeah.
Like that. The core conceit from a story perspective, I do like that. So.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, the story is fairly okay. It's I don't want to say it's run of the mill, but is an anime story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I think the game does give you a ticket to get a 4 or 5 star from the get-go as a little sign-in bonus. So let's pull that. If I get a 4-star, Jeff, I'm going to be really upset.
I got a 4-star on my version of this.
Oh, I think this is a 4-star.
Yeah.
Oh, Hazel.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks. Thanks, bud. But yeah, let's just do one more for the one time.
Okay. Have you done any armaments pulls? Like those are the items and swords and stuff you equip, I guess. And those are also, those have stars and those can be leveled up and uncapped and all the other same stuff too. So it's like,
I hate pulling for items. I don't know what it is. Like it doesn't.
Yeah,
in my head,
exactly.
It doesn't feel worth it.
Yeah. No, I totally get you. I have also not pulled for items.
Jeff, this set isn't looking promising so far, but this lady's a B.
That lady's a B. Just like Darkstalkers.
I don't know what's going on in this game because, you know, we saw some dog people earlier, some just regular-ass people.
Well, so that's the thing with the world flipper is, you know, you're kind of traveling to all these different worlds and you know, different... Did that say Swallow Knight?
I saw that, and I didn't... okay, it's not going to let us go back to it. Oh, dupe.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's the same. Get it. Come on, please. No. It's just a regular cat lady. A pod pugilist.
Mew, not even a Mewtwo.
No, not even like the good Mew. And then we round it off with Kalos. Great.
All right.
All right. Oh my god.
People on Twitter telling you to uninstall.
That's all these text messages and emails. They're saying, stop doing this.
Hey, stop doing this to yourself.
We care about you. Don't do this anymore.
There are better ways to spend a bunch of money on a video game.
Maybe don't go to a crane game either. That's just as bad.
No, but those are physical items. That's like you're leaving with something, man. That's worth it.
That's true. I didn't get any of these dog or cat or maids with me. They're just in my phone. They're not real.
No, they're not real. You uninstall, the dog maids go away.
Man.
I know.
Yeah, if the game shuts down, the dog maids go away.
Yeah. There are pluses and minuses with that. Honestly.
Yeah, depending on what you're into or not into. This game may or may not have it for you.
Yeah.
But this has been World Flipper out now. You know, like it's free to start. Free to start. And for the love of God, don't let it get its hooks into you, because let's just go in real quick, Jeff. You can drop a substantial amount of money.
Best value.
Yeah, don't be a dummy like me.
Get your best value.
Get all these battle maids.
Comes with mana too.
You could just $80 for 5,000. I don't think that's a lot.
That's what is that? That's what is that? 10 pulls is 1,500. So whatever that math works out to.
That's not a lot. It's not a lot. And then for the 10 pulls, that's like $24. You know how many? You know how many? I don't know. Coke Zeros I can buy with that.
Oh, you don't want Coke Zero now, man. They ruined it.
Yeah, that's true. Regular ass Cokes.
Go buy yourself some Mike Lowry Fortnite skins. Something that you can, you know,
feel. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'd buy 2 Mike Lowry skins and fuse them together to get a stronger Mike Lowry.
Yeah, if you uncap your Mike Lowry, then you get Muhammad Ali.
Oh, damn. Why didn't they go with that?
If you fuse 2 Muhammad Ali's, you get the Fresh Prince. So you got to tier up to the Will Smith that you're really looking for.
No Hancock Will Smith?
No, that's next season. Next season is all about Hancock. So the whole battle pass is Hancock themed. It's really going to be pretty exciting. Pretty exciting.
Well, I can't wait till Aloy somehow joins this roster because she might. I mean, she's in Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
She might. She could fit in well.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Put the monkey ball monkeys in this. Come on.
Oh, hell yeah. What the? Why hasn't Sega done that?
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
If you want to run down the list of like things you could say, why hasn't Sega done this? Like we could be here another 6 hours. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll go call them right now, Jeff. I'll get back to you. I'll get Sega on the line since I'm already on my phone.
Okay, I'll save the rest of my beads then for when the monkey ball monkeys come to the game.
Yeah, they'll probably be transferable. The monkey beads.
All right.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jan.